Hello and welcome to Loving Me, Myself, and Life with me, Jody Misiak. So lately I've been thinking, what have my struggles been with self-love, right? I've been on this journey for over a decade now. It's been 14 years, give or take, maybe a little bit more, but deep in it, 14 years. And wow, what an experience it's been. And then I was thinking, where were the points where I could help somebody more, so they didn't have to suffer as much. And the three things were support. I didn't feel supported when I started out on my journey. I remember laying in the basement trying to meditate, and then my grandma walked in, not that she knew I was meditating or anything, but I was trying. No one in my life was meditating that I knew of, or at least didn't talk about. No one was journaling that in my circles. And I had all these things that I was trying to do in my life, and no one around me was doing it, like affirmations. And I just felt like an alien in my own world as I was starting my self-love journey. And it just felt so almost shameful, hiding it. I was behind, I'm going to be meditating now, and that's not fun, because if we're holding shame, or we're shamed about what we're doing, and it's normal, by the way, so if you're there, don't worry, but feeling that doesn't help us really take in meditation or journaling. It's, we're always afraid that somebody's going to catch us. It's this bad thing, and it really isn't. And I feel now, over 14 years later, more people have become more self-aware, aware of things that help them to take care of their bodies and things like that. Back then, no one was using the word self-love. I don't think, at least definitely not anything I was reading or doing. So they were using different languages back then. So I feel now it's more out there. But if you're alone, it's finding the groups to help support you, and be surrounded around people that are like-minded. Because eventually what I did was I finally found I found people that were meditating and tapping and journaling, and it was beautiful. I'm I am not alone on this planet. I am not an alien. I am a human being just doing things different than some of the mainstream. Because I even watch Gilmore Girls now and then, and they always make fun of the fun things. They made fun of a midwife and things like that. And it's I totally had a midwife, and things that are not as mainstream. Yoga is finally becoming mainstream, but for a while there, when I first started, it was still seen as some people as why are people doing this? I even remember being one of those people, until I started doing and going, this is the most amazing thing ever, and I need more of it in my life. So having support, that was non-existent when I started out. And I don't even know how many years it was before I fully had support. My husband's always been there and supportive, and I met him shortly after I really, jumped on the self-love wagon and was really focused. I met him about a year after I really went deep diving into who I am, and really just got committed to rediscovering who I am and what I need. And it was really fun. However, he's not really into a lot of the things, I'm kind of on my world, and that's totally cool. He gets to do him. But it's just, it was years and years after I really got into my self-love. And actually it was when I became an empowerment coach. Because then I was surrounded by other coaches or people that were about to become coaches. And it was really good. And even actually getting into the yoga community and things were like that. But now I'm surrounded by people that, know, I talk about things and they know what I'm talking about. And it's really great, because you can feel really lonely when you're doing things, and people around you look at you like you're crazy. I have family members that do that. They look at me like, what are you doing? You're crazy. It happens. So support was a big one. And then these go hand in hand, is community. And like I said, I finally found community after I became a coach, or throughout the coaching process. And then I was going to I became a mamapreneur. It's not a group anymore. They've changed their name. But at the time, it was a mamapreneur. And there's definitely people there that weren't doing what I was doing. And then there was people that were. And it was just a fun, like, to see and talk to people that get me, that, are working on themselves too. And because there's a lot of people out there in life that are just floating, and that's their choice. Like, we all get to choose how we live our lives. And I finally realized that I wanted to live mine differently. So living it differently meant that, like, I felt like I, was a black sheep in most areas of my life, my family, my friends, and all that stuff. So I even remember, like, I was working in a warehouse and I would be listening to affirmations and probably like lots of Louise Hay things and Dr. Wayne Dyer's different seminars they've put on and things like that. Like, I was constantly filling my head with positivity because in the environment I was working in was very negative. A lot of people were complaining a lot, and it was very, very negative. And I'd pick up on people's emotions and energy. So I had to be very mindful of what I was doing. And I was even to the point where at lunches, I looked antisocial. I love being social, but I'd either have music on in my ears and be reading a positive book because there's just too much gossiping and too much complaining going on. So I've always had to feel like there's been times where it's like this struggle. So community, though, having community, a place to go, a place that you can feel welcomed, loved, appreciated, and respected, and being understood. So of course, like, I'll meet people that do yoga or meditate, and yes, we'll have different opinions, but they still understand the struggles of, like, working meditation practices into your life, or yoga, or the journey and the process. And it's fun. Like, I've ran into a mom that teaches yoga here, and, she just moved here and she teaches a different kind that I'm working on teaching. So it's beautiful, and having these deep conversations about different kinds of yoga, and just, it's beautiful. It's nice to be able to talk and feel a connection. And that's what community does. So it doesn't have to be fully like-minded. We can completely have, like, different thoughts, but having, at least being in the same book. We might be on a different chapter, but at least being in the same book. And it's a really beautiful thing to have a community. I have online community, and I have people in my actual physical community that I can reach out to and talk to about all the things that I love to talk about. And my self-love journey is a major part of my life. And then here comes the one that even to this day, sometimes when life gets crazy, I still have a challenging time. And it's motivation or lack thereof. So it's staying motivated towards, waking up and doing what I call, like, my morning roundup, or like my self-love practice, where I get up and do some tapping and meditation and yoga and journaling and moving my body. So all those things that help me stay positive and motivated, I have to, like, get there first, right? So all these things that I do help me to really be my best version of myself every day, bring my A game. However, some days I don't feel like even doing those things, and then my A game feels a little flat. And, the more you lack motivation, the easier it is to just not do anything. Like, turn on the TV instead of meditating or journaling or even doing yoga. And it can be really challenging. So motivation has been a huge one for me, because when we're not motivated, then we don't have consistency, and we're not consistently showing up for ourselves. And, we'll put other people first, and then we get burnt out, exhausted, angry, frustrated, because we're not taking care of ourselves. And motivation is a huge one. So the fun thing is, though, support and community actually can help with motivation. So it's leaning into your community and reaching for support when you lack motivation. So for me, it's like going and talking with a friend, or a coach. And that was a big one for me. I had a coach for a business coach right now, because I'm in between things. I don't have a coach at this moment. I've been trying to, reestablish my own inner guidance system, but I had one and it was the best thing I ever did at the time I had it because my son wasn't sleeping through the night. And it was definitely helpful for my business, but I think it helped me on a personal level more than it helped my business, to be honest. It helped me stay focused, and I deep dived in my self care and really got connected to me in that time. And having support, like having a phone call and talking with somebody every week was really helpful. And it looked like a business thing, but to me, I think it was really, I just needed somebody to, like, that was not in my world of sleep deprivation to reach out to and have support. But so self-support and community, like I said, though, tie into helping you stay motivated. And this is why I am so passionate about what I've been creating recently. I have finally been put together. It's kind of, had ups and downs. This has been something I've been wanting to do for a few years now. I think at least two, probably more like 3 or 4, actually, if I'm being honest. It's been a while, at least 3. I finally have put a membership site together. It's called WOW. So it can be like women's online wisdom, but the big focus is put the wow back in your life. So it's a place that is full of like support. It has community where you get to reach out to people, and it has motivation. So there's meditations and affirmations and beautiful artwork that you can put on your phone or on your computer screen or wherever, and just keep it with you and stay motivated. It's a place, because what I've decided or discovered over this past year or two is a lot of my motivation I would see on Facebook or social media, but I can't deal with all the other garbage I see on those social media platforms, like people being negative, people complaining and putting people down. I am so sick of that. And I feel like it's so important to have a place where you can go, be yourself, get motivated, get support, be a part of a community that supports you, lifts you up instead of puts you down. Like where you start your day and you can have it on, you can look it up on your phone and do a meditation, listen to a motivational video, look at affirmations, look at a forum of people discussing things that matter to maybe you too, and like just having support, people lifting you up instead of, looking at the news or social media and bringing you down before your day even begins. Like that was a habit I started doing where I was actually looking at my phone and looking at the news. What was I thinking? It just made me feel like garbage. So this has been a labor of love. And it has been a long, long time coming. I feel like it's coming out in perfect timing. As much as I'm like, oh, I wish I would have got it out sooner because I know people could benefit from it sooner. But I got tripped up and I got busy doing other things, focusing on other things. Life happens, my family, things have just been going. But I finally have been able to create this membership for you or for anybody that wants a sense of it's not a sense of community. It is a community. And support. Get support. We're even going to have live calls once a month or so. Like there'll be a call. It's all on there where there'll be a call schedule and things like that. And it is going to be a place that you can go for support. And obviously every month it'll be around a topic. So there'll be a new meditation and new affirmations, mantras, art, a journaling prompts. And as it grows, more content will come up, and I'm sure I'll come up with other things to add to it. But I wanted to start with the core things and go from there and then see how it resonates. I love your support. I love your feedback. And then and love your help to grow this membership. I want people to be a part of creating this, not me just like, oh, I think you need this. but a part of it. I want people to be able to say, like, I was a part of making this happen. So if you are like, yes, I need support, yes, I need community, and yes, I need motivation, please, take a look at it. The link is in the comment or in the description of this episode. I'd love your feedback. What do you need more of? And things like that. And I would love, love, love to hear. And, take a look at it. And it's been like way long coming. So here it is. Like, it's something I feel, like I said, is much needed. And it is everything I personally needed on my self-love journey that I hope will bring your self-love journey a little easier and get to a place of feeling a more sense of love faster than my years of dragging things and holding things back and just feeling ashamed of meditating and being different than other people in my life. So I really hope that this lands well and that I really hope it brings you some form of, awesome in your day. And yeah, just know that any of these areas, you're not alone. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that feel, just, like they're at home. And that's really why it's like bring the wow back into your life, because we can get so caught up in other things. So meditation and affirmations and mantras and art that have those mantras on them and journaling prompts and just a place to be you will allow that wowness to come back into your life. So jump over there, check it out. I'm so, so excited to finally be sharing this with the world and with you. And I look forward to meeting you and getting to know you on a different level, because maybe you've been listening to this podcast for a while and this gives me another way to connect with you. So I hope to see you there. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye for now.